I hate to start videos with negativity, but I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, well, they're just not looking great. This is the weather situation for this evening at 8 o'clock. As you can see there, we have blanket cloud. There is no light, there is no goodness. It is just drizzly, grey and miserable. However, if we just pan over to the west, look at this. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Lake District National Park, and it is as clear as a bell. And more importantly, it's also clear out to the west. So if we want to photograph sunset tonight and hopefully get some beautiful light and gorgeous heather, this is where we need to go. Right, bag is packed. We are rocking the X2D and numerous heavy lenses. That should be fun. I probably want this. Oh yes! Feels like a good old classic vlog. No plan, grab camera, chase the light a little bit. Landscape photography at its best. Oh yes, we are on our way. I'm really looking forward to this. Looking out the window now, it's really grim. It's just that flat, grey drizzle murk that we get quite a lot in this country. But where we're going, hopefully beautiful lights, gorgeous colours, heather peaking. Well, I hope so anyway. Now, you might be watching this and you might be thinking, Tom, we've not seen your van for a while. Usually you'd go away on a little camping adventure in your van. And this is true. If you're a new viewer to the channel, hello, I'm a landscape photographer. Do a lot of my photography from my van all over the place, not just in the UK, but of late, I have just been doing snippets of photography like this, where I jump in my car, go and try and grab a sunset, chase the light, nowhere special, nothing epic, but still loving landscape photography. Oh, red light. Well, the van situation, we are currently between vans at the minute. Let's just put it that way. There'll be more content to come on all of that in the not too distant future. But for now, we are without van. That's all I'm gonna say. And that somewhat limits what I'm able to do. That and the fact that this is the busiest summer on record. So we are just being weekend warriors for now. And I've got to say, I love it. This is it. This is how landscape photography started for me and how it was for a long time. Oh, I've got a free afternoon. Let's go see what we can get. That's what we're doing. Love it. Oh, wow, look at the size of this caravan. Nice. Maybe I should get a caravan instead of a camper van. No. Right, anyway, we've got a bit of driving to do, and we will see you. Sorry, I can't film and drive at the same time. Yes, I'll see you when we get to our location. So what's it worth? Literally crossing the country? Absolutely. This is just glorious, man. Sunshine, a bit windy, we'll forgive that, it keeps the midges away. Heather is blooming, and it looks to me, don't want to get ahead of myself, but it looks to me like high cloud is building. I think this is going to be a lovely sunset shoot. So I've enjoyed my evening sandwich, and now it's time to look for a composition for my photography. I love this. I'm just yomping around this fell full of heather. Heather and hills and trees. And it's beautiful. Honestly, it looks like we're going to get some fantastic light, and we're almost at that time in the evening where the light starts to get beautiful. Of course, I don't have a composition. That's what I'm looking for, and I've kind of fixated on the idea that I'm going to shoot wide. Now, in last week's video, I said that I typically don't like to get down, you know, emphasize the foreground using a wide angle lens. I prefer to shoot at a normal focal length and basically photograph what I see. And that is true. However, when the subject calls for it, I'm all up for getting on my knees with a wide lens. And I think that's what might happen in the ensuing minutes. Let's see. Oh, we've got to find a subject first. I'm just walking around looking for anything, any nice arrangement of heather, mountains, light. We're about to step into the light, actually. Oh, there we go. Look at that glorious sunshine and a beautiful, beautiful view behind me. Well, after quite a lot of searching, walking around and yomping on these hills, I finally found somewhat of a subject slash composition. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy because there's a lot going on here on this location. And trying to compose something that's balanced and not too busy and chaotic, whew, covered many miles trying to find that. And here we are in an innocuous clump of heather. A couple of rocks, but a beautiful, beautiful background beyond. So there's quite a lot to this image actually. There's a lot going on here, and the first thing I would say when you're taking landscape images where you have a fair few elements, you know, some intricate foreground elements, midground and background, is the positioning of your camera is everything. You can't just kind of plonk it down and say, there's my shot. That works great with a sort of normal to long lens. That's what I often do, see a thing, shoot it. But here, it's intricate. You've got to get your height just perfect. You've got to get your position left, position right, just so. Because all of the elements, especially the foreground elements, they all interact with each other. So you step one way and things change. And this is great. In the very, very near foreground, we've got some bracken. Still nice and green, but clearly dying off now as we reach the end of summer. But that's catching the light beautifully. And it's kind of contrasted nicely against the deep shadow just here. So there's light on the bracken, but no light on the ground beneath, which I like. And then you've got this clump of purple heather catching the light nicely as well, just backlit by the sun. Beyond the heather, we have a small detail, but some glorious jagged rocks, which just kind of help draw the eye through the scene to a backlit lone rowan tree. Now, all of this is in a bigger landscape, of course, so they're not all immediately obvious. I feel like this image is going to be one of those where the more you look at it, the more you see. And in fact, we are just moments away from the light being just perfect for shooting. If we wait too long, we'll lose the light on the foreground here. So, yes, we're almost there. One final detail. I am going to focus stack this. I will have to shoot in medium format, so you don't really get that extended depth of field like you do with sort of full frame and crop sensor cameras. So we'll do a rudimentary focus stack, heather, tree, distant mountains. Nice and easy. So I've just taken a series of images, focus stacking. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to block out the sun, which will mean blocking out a portion of the image, but I can kind of blend all of the frames. And the reason I'm doing that is in case there's any unsightly lens flare. So we'll start at the beginning and we'll just basically block out the top left corner of my frame. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that shot's going to work out. Always struggle with big heavy elements in my foreground. But I do want to check out this scene here, which is a bit more open and might work better. I reckon we've got about a minute of light left, so we best grab this. Actually, whilst I'm getting ready and setting up the shot, let me thank the sponsor of today's video, which is MPB. Now, MPB is a place where you can buy, sell and trade your used camera gear. So if you've got old gear lying around on the shelf, go to mpb.com, put in the make and model of the camera and the gear and what condition it's in, and they'll send you a quote. However, I would say, I might get in trouble for this, I would say MPB actually is really overlooked for used gear. Like, they have so much on their website, all quality assured, so you can get yourself a real bargain by buying used gear rather than getting it brand new. Hang on, bear with me. Right, we are running out of light, but last second I've just decided to change lenses. Seeing a completely different scene. I'm trying to include all of the heather and everything, but I think from this angle, probably not gonna work, so. Oh God, we're working fast because that light is dropping. Sorry, yes, if you fancy buying some great used gear or selling your gear that you're not using, or even just trading, go to mpb.com, there's a link in the description. If you use that link, they'll know you went there from me and then they'll continue to support the channel. mpb.com, check them out. Thank you guys for sponsoring this video. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I should really be shooting this handheld, shouldn't I? All right, apologies everyone. I'm really concentrating on this shot and not at all on the video or the sponsor's message, which has just been, so I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But yeah, we have that lone tree that was in my frame before, the rowan tree, so softly backlit. And it's just set against the dark background and the light raking across the distant background is gorgeous. I'm just manually focusing on the tree. It's the only way to ensure that we get perfect focus. And I'm opting for a 1-to-1 square on this. I think it suits it really well. Langdale Pikes in the background with beautiful light. Nothing's really happened with the sky, unfortunately. Those high level clouds never really materialized. Great, this is lovely. The 90mm, perfect choice for this. Not sure how I feel about that first wide shot. That could have just been a warm-up. Maybe I should just accept I'm not a wide boy. I don't know. I don't know. Right, so that is 2 shots and the light has gone where we are now. But I'm kind of debating, should I start making my way back to the car and call it a day? It'll be dark. We've got a fair bit of time. We've probably got half an hour until it's dark. But about half an hour walk from here, maybe 20 minutes, there is a beautiful view. And there is still a lot of high cloud kicking around. So it's a big expansive view of Lake Coniston, possibly some foreground interest, but really just a great big view. And it was nice, pretty, but is there a shot there? I don't know. With the high cloud that's building and a potential colourful sunset, could be incredible, or could be a washout. So let's take a gamble. Let's go for a 3rd shot, and we're going for a banging colourful sunset over Lake Coniston. Will it happen? Comments below, please. I guess we'll find out in a few minutes' time. All right, so there is all the high cloud I was talking about. And there is the expansive view that I was talking about, with more cloud over there. Lots of cloud over there, screaming for a panoramic. Let me pull focus. There, you can see that bank of cloud. I can't call it. I can't call it. Over here, bright, looks like it's going to catch colour. Sadly, no view that way. Over here, distant, beautiful, big bank of clouds. Will that catch? If it doesn't, there's no shot. If it does, maybe there's a shot. So as I sit here and wait for the light, I very much feel alone. I feel like I have this whole place to myself, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who, when alone in the wilderness, on a hike or whatever, you talk to yourself, talk to the camera, sing a little song, walking, talking, cough your guts up. No one's around. You do what you want, right? You act in a manner you would not act if there were people around. So I'm here doing my thing, filming a piece of camera, killing time, waiting for the sunset. And about 5 yards off the footpath that I just walked past, probably about 50 yards from where I am now, there's a little green tent. Like totally stealth. I don't know how I missed it. I walked right past it. I must have walked within 10 feet of this tent, didn't see it. And I was thinking, God, I was probably talking to myself, singing. Bloody whoever's in that tent must have been terrified. So I just completely embarrassed myself. So if for some reason the person in that tent happens to be watching this video, my apologies. Yeah. Anyway, guys, bad news. It is not looking good. It just seems to be fading. And yeah, not good at all. So, regrettably, I'm going to end the video here. But we've had a nice outing, 2 images, beautiful sunshine, and a lovely walk in the fells. And really, what more can you ask for?